7,000 cases, guys. 7 freaking thousand. That's the amount of people that's currently infected for today in Malaysia. But I'm sure the actual amount is actually way higher than that. Maybe I'm looking at maybe 10,000 to 15,000. I think it's probably just unreported cases or underreporting or stuff like that. Maybe they don't want everyone to panic yet. But make no mistake, guys, we are actually in a very dire situation. If we don't improve our situation, we might just end up like India, you know, where everybody just dying on the street because there is just not enough ventilators, ICUs or spots in the hospitals for those who are seriously in need of them. Yes, I'm sure we know by now that you've seen many pictures of people in those confinement centers or zones that are designated for COVID patients like MAEPS, and I'm sure that you've heard by now there are many more cases that are coming closer and closer to you. Recently, I've heard of my friends who lost 2 grandparents in a week. Why is the numbers still not going down despite we have MCO1, MCO2, MCO3, all those PKPD, all those stuff? Should we blame the government or should we blame ourselves? Honestly, I really think that it's not just the government's fault, it's the people's fault as well. Failure to comply with SOP, blatant disregard of safety, and total disrespect of COVID. These are just some of the factors that are contributing to the high amount of daily cases and deaths in our country. I tell you, it just triggers me so much that I hear of stories of people who just don't comply with the SOPs. I think sometimes bosses also play a very important role, because when the boss of a company does not respect all these SOPs, what about the staff? The other day I found out about a GM who was walking around the office without mask and just having meals with the colleagues and the underlings without having a mask, like she doesn't care at all. And then they found out later that she had COVID and she was hospitalized. But that's not the worst part, because she infected so many other people, and then one of the people under her, which was her manager, also got infected with COVID and then passed away. All because of this GM who has total blatant disregard of SOP. A simple thing like wearing a face mask also cannot do. Because of that, she killed her staff and also don't know how many more people, because all this is like ripple effects. When you infect one, they infect your whole family, and their family infect more friends and families, because it's just not just about you. You have to think about what happens when you don't wear masks, the people and the ripple effect that you can cause based on just your first circle of friends. Today I went out and tapao my favorite chapman for lunch, but when I reached there, I saw an Indian man standing over all the food without a face mask. Can you believe that? I was like, what the heck? How is the owner not telling this guy to wear his face mask? Because this guy was not wearing any face mask at all, and he was telling the shopkeeper which food that he wanted. He was just standing over all the food and talking. All his saliva is going all over the food, and I immediately felt so disgusted. I just left, and I'm like, oh my goodness, why are people like this? Yesterday when I was looking for parking, I saw a bunch of Chinese taxi drivers. They were just sitting there, about 5 or 6 of them. Like, I can see all their taxi, and they were just having a nice smoke, probably discussing about how they can earn their money. But all of them were not wearing masks and were just having a good laugh. Like, I saw them just smoking and that, and they were sitting in one line. I tell you, it was so pissing off. And when I came back home, I saw Grab drivers just waiting outside malls. They're just talking to each other without their face mask. Why do you need to take out your face mask to talk? These are just simple SOPs. Just keep your face mask on and you can probably save a life. With your face mask down, you don't even know if you have COVID. That's the thing, isn't it? You don't even know if you have COVID. By the time you know, you already spread to so many people, because you take out your mask and you keep talking to people, you keep eating together with people. This virus is probably airborne, as report says. It probably spread by just talking to each other without face masks, or probably touching surfaces or goods or products that have been contaminated with this virus. Come on guys, we need to be better than this. We need to break the chain. These people that I've just mentioned are just one of the many people who have total blatant disregard, but they are also someone's father, someone's mother, someone's uncle, someone's auntie. So if you are watching this video now, you need to advise them. Maybe they don't know about the dangers of this, or maybe they just don't give a shit. But it is your duty to educate them, to tell them that they need to stop this shit of not wearing their face mask, of not sanitizing their hands, eating with their friends and just hanging out like it's normal. It is not normal anymore. Now let me just tell you 5 idiotic mask users which I always encounter that I see that makes me so angry. Number 1, the type of people that cough right and need to open the face mask. So this type of people I really don't understand. The point of wearing the face mask is to contain the virus within you so you don't spread it to people. But why when people cough, they need to open their face mask to cough? I've seen so many times this happening. Number 2, why do people need to open their face mask when you want to talk to another? Just talk with the face mask lah. Is it very hard? It's not like you cannot hear each other, right? I'm sure the audio is still pretty clear when you talk through the face mask. When you talk to each other, especially when you're standing so close to each other, like like I see so many Grab drivers, right? They just stand next to each other, they just talk, and their face mask is down. It's so annoying to see that, because all it takes is just one guy to be infected with the virus, and he just talk, and all his job does just shoot all over to the other fella, and the other fella doesn't even know, and he brings it back to his family, and his whole family gets infected as well, because they are all in close proximity and close contact with each other. Number 3, I don't know why there are some people who wear the face mask, right, just for the sake of wearing it. Is it because you scared the police come and find you, and then they say you don't have any face mask, but you just keep it on your chin just because you want it to be safe, so when the police come, you just wear it over, right? These people are so annoying, I tell you, because why can't you just keep it on your mouth? I know it's harder to breathe, right? Would you rather you spread your virus to other people and potentially infect more and more people just because you cannot breathe properly by yourself? Come on guys, the face mask is for you to put on your mouth when you go around so that you do not infect others in case you have the virus. And it also helps you to protect yourself in case other people have virus and you don't breathe in their particles. Basic common sense, guys. Why don't you understand this? Number 4, there are also some people who like to leave the mask on the nose. I don't know why. It's like wearing your underwear but only wearing it halfway, and then your private parts get exposed out halfway. The mask is not meant for you to cover your mouth only, because when you breathe out through your nose, if you have the COVID, you're still bringing out the particles, alright? And it's still able to infect other people who are in your vicinity. Number 5, I find some of these people very annoying as well. Why do they keep playing with their mask like as though it's very clean? You know, the point of the mask is to prevent the virus from entering your body, which means the job of the mask is to trap all the virus particles outside of it. But when you go and play around with your mask and you just touch it and move it around like there's no virus on top of it, I really don't get it. The surface of your mask should be considered the most dirty of all, because there is potentially a lot of harmful virus or particles on top of that mask. So don't touch the surface of the mask and treat it with respect. Handle it and dispose of it properly, not just folding it up and put it in your own pocket or just touching it around like that. Okay, so these are the 5 types of mask users which I find really annoying, and they really need to step up their game. Guys, please don't do all these things when you're with your mask. Please treat your mask with respect and respect COVID. Do not underestimate it. Okay, having said that, I'm going to show you how I take care of my cleanliness. I'm sure there are some people who are extreme end like me. Okay, I consider myself to be quite an extreme end, and I think there are some people out there who are also like me. Now, the things that we do does not guarantee that we are safe, but it helps us to minimize the dangers that we as best as we can. If we still cannot, then too bad already lah. At least we try our best to keep ourselves safe when we go out. By doing your best to keep yourself safe, when you meet your family members, you can also potentially keep them safe as well. But if you do not do any of this and you completely disregard every safety measures, then you are putting yourself at unnecessary risk. So this is my golden standard to keeping yourself as safe as possible during this pandemic, and hopefully we will recover from this soon. Okay, so for me, I have 2 things at home which I use as a safeguard to keep myself safe from this virus. First of all, I have this wet wipes called alcoholism, which I keep at home. This is basically a wet wipes which you can use to sanitize your products, wipe the surface of it clean. Whatever groceries you bring back, whatever things that you bring back from outside, you have to consider everything around you is dirty and may potentially contain the COVID particles or whatever virus particles there is. So use this alcoholic wet wipes to wipe every damn thing that you bring back home to your house. Even when I come from grocery shopping, I will wipe my handphone, my wallet, my keys, everything. Even the groceries that I bring back, all the eggs, all the vegetables, all the keropok, whatever biscuit, all that, I'll just wipe all the surface with all these alcoholic wipes. So the other thing I use to keep myself as safe as I possibly can when I go out outside to do my groceries for my parents or for myself is to have one of these with me. So this is an alcohol solution which I pair it with this. So I use this and pour inside this. So this, if you're wondering, right, this is Softaman brand, and it's by Brown. You can buy it from online like Shopee or Lazada. So I usually fill this with this. So this is like in a war, this will be like my gun or something like that, or my shield. So this one I usually keep it with me at all times whenever I go out. Without this, I don't feel safe. So basically, like I said, you have to always assume everything or everyone around you has probably COVID. So whenever I touch the surface of anything like the door handles or the lift buttons or old plastic bags or stuff like that, I'll always spray my hand, because I just assume everything outside my house have COVID, and you have to treat everything with cautious and respect. The other thing I would like to talk about is social distancing. I know we all have friends that we love to hang out with and also stuff like that, but this is a trying time, this is a pandemic. I see many of them still hanging out with their friends or like just treating it as though it's normal. I can tell you guys, it only takes one guy to be infected, so you don't even know if your friend has COVID, and you all just take out your mask and just hang out and just talk with each other. The problem is that if your friend does have COVID, you will probably get COVID as well, because when you talk to each other in such close vicinity and all his particles just splash all over to your face, you will probably get infected and you will bring that thing back to your family if you are living with your family, that is. And you will spread it to them, and they will also have their own friends which they will probably go and talk to and stuff like that. So it just keeps spreading like wildfire, and it all takes one point of negligence. So please guys, just stop hanging out with your friends for at least until things settle down. Just do like online meetings or stuff like that. I know we all love to hang out with our friends. Personally, I have not even eaten with my friends or just hang out with my friends for the longest time ever. I think it's been nearly 2 years now that I've not seen my friends or hang out with them. But I know that this is a trying time, and this is a time where we do not need to be doing all this, because we need to break the chain and to isolate this incident and to make sure nobody is infected with the virus anymore. Until we can do all this, then only we can start hanging out with our friends once again. So please guys, I don't mean to rant a lot on this matter, but it just triggers me so much. It pisses me off every time when I see someone who don't respect all these SOPs, who just treat this pandemic as though it's nothing. The problem is people don't think that this can happen to them until it actually happens to them. But by then it's already too late. You could potentially risk the life of your family members and stuff like that. And if you don't, you risk the life of your friends, family members. We are talking about life and death here. Some of them can even die from this. So please guys, just stay home and just find something to do. I know this is a very difficult time. A lot of people have lost their income. Find something to do online, like maybe build a new skill or something like that. Just find ways. Don't just sit down and do nothing. There are so many things you can do in a time being to build up your skill. Find something to do. Maybe read a book or something, or I don't know. So a lot of people have been playing crypto. That's entirely up to you. Maybe you can learn a new skill that you can monetize, or maybe you can pick up a new hobby, or maybe you can learn cooking and maybe open up a restaurant. I don't know. There's so many things to do. Just use your creativity and try to think of a solution for yourself. Don't rely so much on the government, because the government can only do so much. They are even having problems themselves. They can't even settle a lot of things. So don't rely on them for handouts and stuff like that. Alright, that's all guys. I hope everyone stays safe. We really need to work together to bring these numbers down. Try to spread a message of education to as many friends as you can, because they really need to know that this cannot be taken lightly. Wear your mask at all times, sanitize and wash your hands regularly, keep yourself clean, social distancing. Just don't hang out with any of your friends right now, because we just don't want to spread the virus more and more. Just do virtual meetups or play games with your friends online or something like that. Stop doing group activities or hanging out in public areas or places where you don't need to be, because wherever there's people, there is opportunity for the virus to spread. Look after your loved ones, educate everybody, and make sure you take care of everyone, and don't endanger any lives that you do not wish to lose. That's all guys. Remember to stay home and stay safe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!